What's up guys, David Land here. Welcome to the first Diecast review of Indy 500 month and also the first officially liveried diecast for 2018 that we are taking a look at on this beautiful Universal Aero kit. This is the defending Indianapolis 500 winner, Takuma Sato, and we are going to take a look at this car in detail next on Indy 500 month. So obviously we're not quite in the digs that we usually are. I'm recording this live from the hotel room, just like my IndyCar Red Pill episodes that you guys seem to be enjoying so much. But I had to record this now because I believe I was, if not the first, one of the first to purchase this car. And I actually heard from one of the gift shop ladies that the person next to buy one of these was actually Takuma Sato himself. Apparently Takuma Sato confirmed to love diecast. But I think this livery in particular, the Panasonic MiJack car for Rahal Letterman Lanigan Racing, is one of the best looking cars in the field. I absolutely adore the color scheme. I even bought the t-shirt if you saw my live stream from Wednesday. But this car looks absolutely fantastic on the Universal Aero kit. And Greenlight absolutely nailed this one. As you can probably tell, they did the half and half rims. And as somebody, of course, who does the bandwagoners guides and whatnot, where I take a really anal details of cars, that is one of those details that Greenlight usually doesn't do, and they've brought it back. They used to do it back in the Aero 05 and Panos days, but for whatever reason, they got rid of it, and now it's back, and it makes the car look absolutely fantastic. If you have the Graham Rahal or are looking for the Graham Rahal car, that car is exactly the same. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, they didn't do it to the Foyt cars, despite the fact that they run half and half rims as well. You can just see the look of this car looks fantastic in the liveries, just like we kind of thought. This livery in particular is my favorite because it does black out one of the most ugly parts of the car, or in my opinion, the most ugly part of the car. This huge Chevy-style air flick in front of the rear tire. That black part kind of makes it look as though the side pod is just one large piece. One large flowing Coke bottle shape, and just look at that profile from the side. Looks really good, even the small rear wing as far as I'm concerned. One major difference between this car and and the test car I showed you, or not the test car, the autograph car that I showed you, you may notice down the center line of the car, there is no longer a large wicker. Now there is a bit of a indentation where the wicker used to be, but as I said in that autograph car video, that I was afraid that them putting a large wicker down there would screw up the decals, and from what I understand, they actually did a full batch of a car, I believe it was the Veach, and the decals looked so bad that they had to redo it. But one other additional problem here is that on some of these cars, and unfortunately my Sato has been affected by it, this engine cowling, or the shock cover cowling, doesn't quite line up with the nose of the car. Not really sure why, but you know, that's a nitpick on a car that's otherwise pretty much perfect. You can see how they're doing the half and half rims now. They actually spray paint the outside of them silver, and I think it works really, really well. It looks absolutely fantastic in person. Don't know how well it looks on the actual camera. You can see the front of the car. You actually get some chrome here, and you don't have to pay $70, so poor Hinchcliffe fans. But you can see Panasonic, which has been a sponsor of Japanese drivers since Hiro Matsushita came over in the 90s, and his family actually owns Panasonic, and rather than when he got out of the sport as a driver, stopped supporting racing, they continued to support Japanese athletes getting over here and racing. So big shout out to Panasonic. Happy they finally got an Indy 500 win last year. And you can see the rear wing number on there and no rear wing sponsor. That will change in other cars. And one of my friends pointed out that they did model a Chevy car for this 118 because of the dual exhaust. The Honda only runs one exhaust on each side. But you can just see, and this is the view everybody wants right here, the nice, you can see my finger through the hole in the top of the car. That's something that we've been pining for a very long time. But again, an absolutely fantastic car. I was actually talking to another one of my friends about the last time there was a MiJack car as the primary sponsor released, and I think we came to the determination that it was a Mini Champs release for Alessandro Zampedri in 1994. It's been that long. But this is a fantastic looking car. I'd almost go away from the diecast description of it and call it a model. It looks just like the real thing. There are some livery differences, but this is an early season livery. It did run in this configuration. This black bit here is now white, but outside of that, it's virtually identical to the car that's running in this year's Indianapolis 500. And again, I can't say enough. I mean, Greenlight absolutely 150% nailed this one. Zero complaints for me. Go out and buy it if you even remotely want a car like this, or a car of Sato from this year, because it's absolutely fantastic. So this was a quick review. It was a short review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like on this video. And if you want to subscribe for more IndyCar, Indy 500 month, or just general motorsport content, you are in the right place. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube. We'll see you in the next video. And this is New Senpai Car.